Oop, we have a thing.
It worked. I don't have a lower
It
third,
did.
but we're here.
Kind of. That part worked at least, yes.
Hello,
I
everyone.
do. It's like, there you go. It's
Hey,
me.
there's
It's me right now.
Panda.
Hey, Panda.
Hello. Look, and you even have like social things. I did that much right.
Hey.
Hopefully you can hear me in Pirate. This is the one time I will ask for help. I see Mike. OBS Virtual Cam should not have any audio because my camera does not have an audio output. Desktop audio and mics look like they're working, so they should hear me.
We'll find out, I guess. Hopefully. Hopefully all is well and good.
Hi, Panda. We're testing Guest Star for a little bit to see if this works. Hopefully it'll work for tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll find out.
It said your audio's a little echo.
Okay, that's odd. I don't really have any way of telling whether that's coming from my mic or if it's picking up the audio somewhere.
Do you have anything open that could be picking up? Or is your other mic also on? You have the nested scene, is that it?
I don't think so. Oh, you know what? It could be. That would be very confusing if it was. But let me turn off the other, because that webcam is just the webcam. It doesn't have anything else on it.
Right.
We shall see.
I also muted the overlay. I muted virtual cam because you should only be getting my microphone, not the camera. All right, I am in the middle of streaming. I will look at it later. I'm not that concerned.
Yeah, the camera I'm using in virtual cam doesn't have a mic output on it. So
Yeah, I would just double check all of your audio in the mixer. See, because the only thing I have bringing audio is the mic and desktop.
Yeah, it's very confusing because looking at my audio mixer, there's definitely nothing that is outputting.
Also make sure. Nope, nothing's echoing. I don't have double audio. Faithless sent me a DM right when I went live about some change to go live tweets, which honestly I'm not too.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, just for the hell of it, let me try.
Let's see if Mandy will join us.
I wonder.
Because now I want to see also how it is with adding someone on the fly.
Oh yeah, that would be
Because
interesting.
I didn't start the OBS virtual camera. It's still there.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is going to help the echo. I tried switching from voice mod to just using the mic.
That's much better.
Directly.
That is much better. I do not hear whatever that is. Not sure what that is, but it's better. I don't hear whatever that noise was. It just sounded like maybe it was picking up the AC even.
It's possible. I'd be very confused as to why that would be happening.
Yeah, but it's fine now. I don't hear it. But yes, we're trying out Guest Star.
Let me try this real quick.
And this is a Canva template actually.
There we go. So
yeah, you're fine. It's whatever it was stopped when you did whatever it was you did.
So I've done two. So first I switched to just use my mic's raw input, but I also I realized from yesterday's it's escaping me, from the Arcade Spirit stream, I still was using the voice changer was still turned on. It was set to clean, but who knows if that was causing some weird echoiness. So I just turned off the voice changer in voice mod. So that should now be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It was just, it sounded like something in the room was getting picked up. It wasn't bothering me that much, to be honest.
Cool.
Hi, Kelly. We'll be over there soon. Just come say hi. This is just a short test of Guest Star since I have access to it. Hey, Bruto. How are you? I'm not
And
using a voice changer. Let's drop it. No one's asking for tech support at all.
I am very proud. There were so many puns during the game earlier. I had such joy. And of course, one Kelly, one Opera Geek did a phenomenal job DMing.
Yes.
It was an absolute delight.
When
Joyful
Kelly is
chaos.
in the chat, give everyone some love to Kelly, who DM'd for the first time on stream today, and it was amazing.
That was a lot of chaos to wrangle, and was successfully wrangled.
I mean, you wrangled Doug Cockle, who
yeah,
who is The Witcher.
Oh, that clip, the clip of Doug arresting himself for charity is going to be played a great deal by me personally. That was real.
No,
look, you
did not railroad at all.
No. The moment of I've got 2 pages of this stuff written and you haven't even gotten through the door yet spoke to many of us on like deep in the DM soul. That resonated deep. It's like, please just get to the stuff I've written. Just please go.
I'm trying to see if Mandy is going to join us. She tweeted. She asked if despotic lamb chops taste any different. Did my reply not go through? It did. Does she not stream on Sunday nights?
I know she normally streams on Saturdays because I wait, no, not Saturdays. When do I read?
Usually on Sundays, but we did the game today.
Right.
Hey Dre, we're messing around with this, kind of see how it works. I'm glad Pirate's day job came into help.
Yep.
I
QA for a living, so I'm happy to put those skills to use here.
Yeah, so it worked because the way they explain how to set this up, for me, who has a UX degree, makes literally no sense once I tried to do it. Also, I should have a lower third, and I don't know why I don't. I cannot figure this out. Well, we got my camera to show up. That's the important part.
Yep. I mean, arguably, it would be weird for you to have a lower third. Like, we know who you are. This is your channel. I would certainly hope people are aware of who you are on your own channel. That's,
we can hope. So, folks don't know, Guest Star is Twitch's new product that is going to eventually be available to everyone. And, if you've used Zoom, OBS Ninja, Discord, it's basically going to be a built-in way to use this. Right now, you can have the streamer and up to 5 guests. So depending on who can't join, we may try to bring someone in live and see how that works, because basically it's kind of like what's the software that a lot of people use? StreamYard, where we can invite someone in and have them backstage so it doesn't actually disrupt what we have on screen, and bring them in later. So
just imagine that for TTRPG streams. That just seems like amazing.
So funny you should say that. Well, I asked about it because that was my immediate thought when I got access to it, and when they just even announced it, of, oh, that'd be really dope. But like how Brinkwood has 6 people normally, right?
Yes.
So that would be stretching the limits. But let's say if Balrog had access to Guest Star and wanted to bring everyone in and had same overlay and everything, except you're doing it natively in Twitch, instead of propping a Zoom window, hoping no one falls off, etc. You can do it all built into Twitch. There's a few things that don't work right now, though. Is so like how Pirate had a nested scene up of his painting setup, and so screen share is coming, I think. So basically, like how we did the Steamforge channel, Steamforge stream. Words are hard. Yes. So in theory, we could have that up while we're chatting and put that to the side, and you could have a screen share, so your camera and then another browser source is sharing, so we could do the side-by-side thing, which I think would be really dope for collab streams, especially because only partners still have, what is it? Not co-streaming. What's the right word? Is it co-streaming?
I think it's co-streaming. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I don't know. I've never used it, so.
Well, multi-stream is the service that you just grab everyone's URL and you can watch it all in one screen.
Right.
And that you just put in your Twitch URL and it just creates one long link, which is kind of bothersome, but it gives partners, non-partners to co-stream and watch something together. So this is kind of like the next logical step. And I realized my chair has dropped. The piston on it is slowly giving out. I've had this chair.
Mine's been doing that too. It's the worst. It also tends to not do it gradually. It'll be like riding fine, and then it'll suddenly drop by an inch or two. It's like, nope, that's not good. That is no.
Well, especially if you're on camera and you're like, oh, suddenly no one can see me because I just dropped like 5 inches for no reason.
Yeah.
Furwick, is it too early for you? Are you working? I want to try to bring someone in to see if it'll work. I know, Brian, you had earlier all of so I like I said, oh God, why is I tweeted at Mandy. I don't know. She is. I think she streams on Sundays now, or am I mistaken?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm so bad at remembering people's schedule. I can remember my own schedule. Like that's a
fair.
I would hope Stephen isn't still awake. It's a bank holiday in the UK tomorrow, so maybe.
Oh, is it? That means he's probably still awake.
Yeah.
He's probably playing lamb chops.
Most likely.
So okay, first before we talk about Cult of the Lamb, are people okay with spoilers? I finished the game yesterday. I know Panda has finished it. Examples. We are trying out Guest Star. Your everything is off right now, so what is time? I'm not sure. Do you mean literally things are off as in turned off?
Or just like perception of time because sick?
Yeah, that's where my brain...
Oh, right, Panda, yeah.
Okay, because I was like, are you okay? Is the power off? What's happening? I'm trying to see like who else is around, because I know most of the people I would invite on are about to go be on stream. So, and Kelly has been on streams all weekend, so yeah, you were tired. Or fangirl. Panda, are you feeling up to doing camera? Because here's the cool thing, you don't have to be on camera, you can do voice only. And I'm not going to take you off, but one thing, and I'll talk about this later, is let's say you had to step away, maybe you had to go walk heroes, but you didn't want to leave. I could put you backstage, and then when you come back, I could just bring you back.
Nice. Yeah, that's the thing, especially with the TTRPG aspect to it. You know, we referenced Brinkwood earlier. The thing that would have been extremely helpful is one of our players today was running behind. And so we had to kind of start with just 5 and wait for them to join once we were kind of deep into the stream. So fortunately, because we added a player later on, Balrog already had a 5-person and a 6-person scene ready to go. But if that wasn't the case, the ability to just easily pull somebody in like that would be incredibly helpful. Or, you know, also picturing when somebody has tech issues and they just drop right off and it doesn't, you know, then destroy your entire overlay. Something like that that can handle it more dynamically is greatly desired.
Yeah, so while we chatter, I'm going to do a thing while I wait for Panda to connect. So what I do? Don't mind these random boxes behind us. Don't mind those.
Oh God, don't mind the random boxes behind me. That's just a description of my office.
Oh, that's just, my
please don't
living
look back
room.
there.
That is my living room right now, as I told you. And the cool thing is, these are persistent. So the link will stay persistent no matter who is guest slot 2 or guest slot 1. So once Panda is in,
I'm doing good, Trip. I'm glad that the weather here in the city has eased off a little bit. It was less miserable when I walked Gyros this evening, so
oh,
hope things are
good.
doing well with you too.
Trying to do this in a way where no one is like,
Yeah. Hey, we have a Mandy.
Andy, you've been summoned. Yes. Would you like to join us? That way we could make it. Well, obviously, before I say this, do you feel like being? Because this will change once Mandy. No. Go to your dashboard, and because we were trying guest star, so you will actually join us directly via Twitch. We're trying out guest star. We're trying to break it, and then after 7,
We have succeeded.
Yes, and then depending on how much we break things, we will go over and say hi to Brian Eugenio V, Opera Geek. Who else is playing? Is it Tall Squall?
Tall Squall was in there, yes. I remember the wonderful glittery purple beard in the promo tweet.
Yes. We might have a Mandy.
Oh, and Aris, Stitched by Aris was the other one.
Yes. All right. So the cool thing is, and I think once she actually joins, it'll look better because right now it's a weird like tangle. So Mandy just slot. Hello. Yes, I will show you on stream.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I'm just clicking buttons.
I mean, that's just me in everyday life in every situation. So, very good company.
It's just how it goes,
Exactly.
Yeah, the one thing I don't like is there's always like a lot of extra space on the bottom. Like there's literally like, if I put in 150, I think that's perfect. Yep. There we go. Now we have a Mandy. Hello.
Ooh. Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing well.
Yes, so we're breaking it. Also, let me change the title. The one thing I don't have is I don't have a lower third, and we could not figure out why.
Which is weird because it shows up on like the backstage screen, I guess.
Yeah, it's there. I see it, but you're not seeing it.
Yeah, it's like in theory, according to the instructions we were looking at, there's, because for context, myself and Manny, we are browser sources. That's how it's adding the overlay in. But there was apparently no way to add Cypher's own camera as a browser source, which the instructions implied there was, but that was not a thing. So it's been confusing and weird.
Yeah, and it was interesting that it just like dropped my video right in the middle, and you have to move it around. Or are you doing it as a browser source?
You are a browser source, but I still had to move you because when I add the browser source until I push you to stream, it's just like a square, like a hidden browser source. But the cool thing is you can have people backstage. So let's say if GTR wanted to use this,
yeah,
and like Paris or Danny or someone joined later, they could be quote unquote backstage instead of having to reshuffle Discord windows. You just have to quickly kind of move things, or you can always have it set up so that in your overlay, Guest Star 3 is always in that same spot, and then you add whoever. So the link is persistent. Whoever's in the spot is different. So
that's really interesting.
So you're getting a link. You're getting a little echoey too, and I think it's something on my end, but I'm not sure what. Because that happened with Pirate, but I only have you coming through the speakers. Not speakers, my headset. Unless, nope, it is my headset.
I was gonna say interesting that it's.
Or it could be just the room you're in. I don't know.
It could be. I haven't touched anything for my own stream setup, but that doesn't really mean anything at this point.
Yeah, because my outgoing audio is my headset, both in Windows and in OBS. But we also know that means nothing when it comes to audio or anything else. So Panda's here. Let me also...
Yes, we multiply.
Yes, many more. But I do think it's fine because mic-wise, like Mandy, you sound just like you do normally when streaming, so I'm not hearing any weird echoiness. So I think it's probably okay.
Yeah. So one thing I'm finding, and this is just a note to self, is at least when I add multiple people, I need to. I broke it.
Panda just takes over.
That's it. Panda attack.
There we go. All right. I just need to crop Panda properly, and then we'll be good. I guess. Keep talking. I'm just fixing this.
Oh, good. Did I see a Brian in chat earlier?
You did briefly, although he should be in pre-show.
I was supposed to say he should be in pre-show because that's 20 minutes away.
Well, none of us would ever be, lurking in our friends' streams whilst we're also preparing to do our own stuff.
I definitely didn't have the audio for Honey Heist piping into my head during Revelry this morning at all. That definitely was something I was doing.
Absolutely not, just sitting in both of the shows. Chad just being like, okay, if I just balance the audio perfectly, I can hear both at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I didn't catch all of it. Because stuff got really intense on Revelry this morning, so I am going to have to go back and watch the VOD later, but I'm very excited from what I did hear.
Yeah, anyone who didn't catch it, it's a VOD you definitely need to watch. It's a good time. It was a very, very good time. And was it 8,000? I think they're at now for MS.
Yeah, they broke.
Yeah, we found out that my one shot for Thursday night, we have jumped in on that as well now for fundraising towards the end of the week. So,
oh, nice.
Sorry,
I appreciate you all. I hope, Dimples, I didn't get as many as I could have hoped for because split attention, but I got you some clips. So I hope you enjoy watching all of those.
All right.
We have a Smolecule raid. Smolecule raid.
Smolecule, hello, welcome, raiders.
Yeah. Oh, look, I can collapse my tabs.
Oh, I heard a noise. That was my set. Okay. All right, so this actually kind of works. I'm going to move Pirate and Man.
I like this lighting.
It is very dramatic for whatever.
My comedy is trying to figure out how to make lighting work. And it's not going great, so not gonna lie.
Oh, no.
Well, for those of you who haven't seen me try to set up here, it's like over here is like my space that I normally do crochet stream. And then to my left is where sewing stuff is, which you can't see right now, but there's pattern paper all over that. And then if I'm actually looking at the camera and playing a game, I have to be here. But having lighting that works in 3 different places I'm not good at this. I do not have.
I have been there.
Yep.
Oh no, Melissa. Good luck.
Good luck in meetings. Don't pet any dangerous animals.
In a meeting?
Unless you want to.
What kind of meetings are you holding, man?
We're in the same I could die if I pet this group. So
Good to know. No.
That is an interesting group. Okay, yeah.
I'm concerned for all of you need Andraste.
it has a much better title than that, but
Andraste is not going to help us. No, she's just going to be like, you're good. Go ahead and pet that and find out what happens.
Bird.
Yeah, the official title of the group is I just know I'll die trying to pet something I shouldn't.
All right, good to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just know that if that's how I go out, I lived my life well.
All right. I think it's just on my end. I'm still hearing like a weird like people sound like they're in a can, but not in a can. I know that sounds weird.
No, it definitely sounds like that on stream. It sounded like that for me.
Okay, I have no idea how to fix it, but they did give us resources on how to fix it. I just hope it's not a video. Because a lot of the documentation has been, here, watch a video, and I'm like, can you just not?
Is it weird? There's certain things where I'm like, yes, I'll absolutely watch a video, and then there's certain things where I'm like, can you just put it in writing so I can read it?
No, like I hate the fact that there's every like miniature painting thing is like that. It's always, here's a video, and then they just it's a video and it's pointless because they start doing the thing and then skip to it being done. It's very much draw the rest of the fucking owl type of situation. It's like, okay, you're skipping over all the stuff I need to see, so why just do this as a PDF, please? Like that's you're getting no benefit from this being a video.
This was me with actually a lot of craft things too, where it was like they assume some base knowledge that you don't actually have. They're like, yeah, we're going to show you how to do this, and they only show you like one part of it. I'm like, no, I needed the rest too.
Yes.
This is why I do the tutorial thing, because it's like no one tells you how to do anything unless you're specifically looking up tutorials, and even then half the time they make a lot of assumptions.
And this is why I've learned things from Panda.
Of course it's a video. Oh my god. Stop giving me fucking videos.
Naturally.
Deep breath. We'll fix it in post. We'll fix it later.
Wait, like, we know that it's occurred, is what we'll say.
Yeah, there is a resource on audio debugging, but it's a video, and it's an NDA Discord, so I can't even watch it since we're live now. I have to remember I do have a meeting time, but we still have over an hour to chat.
And the thing that I thought was interesting too with this, and I'll be intrigued on what they eventually tell you to do to troubleshoot the audio, is that like I did a test of like my mic as I was coming in on the browser, and it sounded fine. So I'm very confused on like what's happening between that point, and we all sound okay to each other for the most part.
Figured it out. I had to mute the site.
Oh,
that'll do it. Yep.
That was me all along. That's all it was.
Oh no.
That's still just the most random thing on earth, though.
So it's like when we do Rivals. We use Zencastr, but if I don't mute the site, my audio will be doubled.
Oh. So now the question is, can chat tell us if it sounds better?
It should, because now there's no weird sound.
Huge crust.
Just like when I upgraded the RAM in this computer, and I thought it was something with the RAM and my motherboard. It actually was turning off hardware acceleration fixed it.
Oh, really?
I was watching Brian, and he was stuttering and lagging, but he had OBS issues. And so I thought maybe it was still his OBS issues. If I am hearing myself, everyone else mute. No, because I think if you mute the tab, I won't.
We won't be able to hear.
But I keep hearing myself. It's very faint.
Is your volume up on your stream?
Nope.
I have no idea then.
Nope, I have everything good. Unless Molecule. Oh, wait, me? Tab I had open with Molecule.
I'm the worst at that. I have like 5 tabs open, and then they all start to consolidate, and I don't realize. I'm like, why is everything like echoing?
It happens every weekend morning. It's for a little bit I get double Steven whenever I plays into him, without fail.
Yeah, so I
feel like yesterday I had a couple of tabs open. By the end of it, it was just all pirate.
Yeah. Okay, whatever it was, I think that may have been having small.
There you go.
Thousand Young said there's an echo for me, but I don't know where the echo would be coming from because I muted the tab with guest star. I don't know where else you could be getting my audio because I'm wearing headphones. I'm
Double
very
check that you don't have two windows open, because I did that yesterday.
That's what I was just doing. My dashboard is muted. Everything.
Oh, I was talking about Thousand Young. Oh, it's a Susie. Hi, baby.
Aw.
No, it's just me. I had the stream open, but a little low, while Pirate and I were messing around with this, and then it's fine.
And y'all have shenaniganry planned for tomorrow, right?
We do, except there's one small problem. Pirate does not have guest star, so either stream on my channel, which I don't want to steal Pirate stream time, or we just still stream on your channel and just use OBS Ninja or Zoom.
Well, I think we should be fine to do now that we figured this out. I think because my big issue as to why that wasn't necessarily going to work was we thought we didn't at the time really understand how OBS Virtual Cam worked and thought it had to be the current scene you're on. And then ever since we did the whole, oh no, you can apply it as a filter to a scene, there's no reason I can't have my regular painting stuff up and have Virtual Cam running at the same time as far as I can tell. Like I should be able to just go live. Because let me just test it real quick. Where's my mini painting?
Yeah, because you switched to that camera and it was fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's real easy with this because I do this all the time for teaching. I use my OBS Virtual Cam for teaching stuff because I can just do one of these as my thing up. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, right now I
could just turn that on and I'm painting right now, so I can show y'all. Like, I just hit that and then I can just turn it off and it's back here.
Right,
yeah.
that wasn't the problem. The problem wasn't switching between scenes whilst using the virtual cam. The problem was having the virtual cam output one scene and OBS be on a completely different scene at the same time, which you can do.
Gotcha.
We just didn't realize how at first. So like right now, my OBS is on my painting stream, but this window is still totally fine. So we'll be able to do it just fine. Like I'll be able to be live on my regular output with all my chat and everything and doing this at the same time.
Yeah, I will have to pick your brain for that because, you know, I do want to do like a Team Cypher paint night. We've just got to figure out like how to get all the settings right to have everybody together to work on it.
Well, this is the perfect way to do it. We just need everyone to have access to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they did tell me to give them names, so I already gave them Pirate's name, and I'll see what and don't make it sound like I can just get you guest star, but I can recommend streamers to get it.
Yes.
So yeah. Yeah, the only mystery I've got is still why I don't have.
Yeah, I think the one catch people are going to have is kind of similar to the audio issues we were trying to figure out, is knowing that basically everyone who shows up in my stream is also going to be in yours. They're only going to be able to have one of us not mute at the same time, where it's going to sound super weird.
Or you know what I could do? We could just do this.
Hey, Tuck.
Hey, Tuck. I was like, I could just send your Peter stream on my channel and you can start guessing.
I mean, that's also a thing, but I think I kind of like the idea of testing it to where I'm using guest star and streaming on mine at the same time, because that's going to be a really common use for it, I think.
Yeah, so I think I was saying before, Mandy, this is that, so I got super excited about it because of Rivals. Small problem, right now there's a limit. I can be us and 5, me and 5. That doesn't account for a producer to DC it.
Oh, yeah. I'm sitting here like counting where you all are placed on the screen during Rivals to be like, how many of you there are there again?
Everyone's there. So that would, so here's the thing. Whenever editors get access to start a guest star stream and they have access to stream the channel, but then DC would have to, it still would leave someone out because that's still only 5 slots. So unless they add it, because I don't know how many slots would be too many. Now, if we had 5 people, or like it could work for Motherland, because no, it still wouldn't, because if there's 5 cast and Enya, we have the same problem. That would be the same exact issue if we had still 5 cast and, but also editors can't start a guest star stream yet, so So it's a moot point for now.
Are they taking like feedback and recommendations?
Oh, yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, so without breaking confidentiality, they're having frequent roundtables and feedback sessions and want us to always bring stuff up in the Discord. Like, you tried it, this didn't work, or I thought of a use for it. So
Mm-hmm. The other thing too that would be interesting is if they had the option, not knowing exactly what you can see, but obviously you're missing the lower third that the rest of us have. I'd be interested in if they ever give the option to add in something additional, because I'm just thinking about like, what if it's somebody whose like Twitter tag isn't the same as their Twitch tag, and we want to include both on the screen?
yeah, my guess is, well, before everyone joined, I had like social bars for Pirate. I was setting up for tomorrow. So if it's just you and one other person, you could have your overlay and just have it kind of set up to where you have that and you can just swap it out.
Yeah.
Because I just did it in Canva, so I can always edit in Canva and then bring it back in. But if you're going to do something like this with on-the-fly ad hoc people, because also you have to figure out, we didn't do it tonight because this is all testing, but a space for captions like PubNub or whatever you're using.
Yeah.
Ideally, we could just put it over image. Because I've got like 4 cameras pretty big and spread out.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was just thinking about like thinking through it in the context of like how much could be integrated to the system versus how much would you have to be able to manage yourself from your own stream source, I guess.
Yeah, because, well, there are plugins to kind of constantly, what is it? It's like a lower third for your socials, and it just constantly kind of rotates. But that's tied to your account, so it's not like I could do that for you, for Pirate, for Panda.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to tax your system, you could probably set up a slideshow and have it in the other corner of like the social icons and your name, especially if your name's things like Pirate. What is it? Instagram, you're the underscore pirate.
Yep.
Twitter, you're painting underscore pirate. But Twitch, you're painting pirate.
Yep, because I'm terrible at branding and
You're
my name
not.
was taken everywhere. No, it's because my name was taken everywhere and I didn't think about that when I selected it.
Yeah, and this is all web-based, Dimple. So that also leaves a question, and let's ponder this. Since this is all web-based, if you don't have good internet,
Oh, that's a good question.
I would imagine if you have good enough internet to stream at all, this is probably fine. Because it's going to have Twitch's like hosting behind it. So, it's got like, it's obviously half the internet is hosted on freaking AWS at this point. So Amazon are going to throw the bandwidth at Twitch anyway. My wondering is the quality is great right now because hardly anyone has access to this service. I do wonder if they would throttle it if it becomes super popular for bandwidth reasons.
Maybe, but I'm also thinking, what about your guest? What if your guest just doesn't have, or is it relying all on the host's internet? That's one thing I'm not sure about. Like, since I'm the host and I have business class internet, is it fine as long as I've got good internet, or is your incoming signal going to be dependent on you're joining me?
It's going to be both because you're having to include these in OBS as browser sources. The hosts is definitely going to be the most important because you're going to need to be able to handle having potentially up to 5 other live video streams coming in at the same time. So the hosts is definitely going to be the one that is the biggest gate. But yeah, a huge factor is going to be as well the video upload of anyone else. It's again, if all the people you're inviting on are other streamers, probably not a problem. Logically, if you're streaming regularly, you have decent enough internet to where you can handle that. But certainly, if you start bringing on people who aren't regular streamers, and that's definitely going to be a thing for like community nights and whatnot. If people want to do that just with members of that community, that's definitely going to be at that point be a much bigger concern. But I guess that's probably where the audio only option really comes in. You can always just slap a PNG or something up in play. Well, actually, that's I wonder, that would be a good option to have, is in each host slot, if you could potentially select an image that is a different placeholder.
Maybe, because here's the thing. So, what I can do, which it's out. Oh, goodbye, Mandy.
I'm sorry. I wanted to see what happened if I turned it off. I was like, "What's the image?" Or does it go to like my profile image? So sorry, that was me.
No, I was like, oh god, I broke it. But what I can do is I can turn just your camera off, but I think we'll still get that image. Or, you know, like I said, there is a move to queue option. So let's say we were doing comps and I was, or I'm trying to think of a game where all of us could, for some reason, if lightning struck all of us and we were pod people, start playing Asians. And I'm the streamer, but you all are on my team, and then we have a queue of people. So like how Mandy, you were talking about playing COD on podcast, like, or if we wanted to play Halo or something, and we invite people and say, okay, you can be on camera, but we keep you in a queue until you're actually. Like I said, it's got a backstage, which is AKA a queue. But I can also turn individually turn off your camera. I use the example with Pirate. Let's say Susie had to suddenly go out and you wanted to not leave the call, but just not be on and just show your chair. We could turn off your video and mute your mic until you're ready to come back.
I was going to say, if we want to test that, I actually do need to step away for a couple of minutes. So if you want to either move me to the back, either move me back to backstage, or
I'll move you to queue and see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
It's a test. We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right, Pirate's just gone, so it doesn't break anything.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, that's awesome that it doesn't break anything.
Well,
so now my question
you'll be able
is
to test it with me in a few minutes because I'm gonna have to go like say goodnight to my kid and wrap her hair up for the night. So
yeah, or what I can do instead of moving you into the queue, I can toggle people's camera or mic off and on. So yes, I know that is the background. That is not Pirate. I made a background in the Lavender Square where my placeholders or cameras to place them, except they don't fit because basically you get one size of camera in this. Like how you all see this, that is the same size camera that's going to go out. So that's actually on the background.
And can that be cropped?
It can. So I can crop it like any other browser source because I had to crop Pirate. So when Pirate joined, there was like, I don't know if it's pixels, 150 pixels worth of extra space on the bottom. And so I went in and changed that because right now this only works with OBS. It does not work with split, slobs, anything else. So however people get access to it, it is only working with OBS. So if you don't use OBS, it's not a big help right now, but they are trying to get it to work with other people. So Pirate is getting ready to come back in. And once he does come back in, it'll tell me as the host he's ready to rejoin.
Yeah, it's interesting because we don't. I mean, I know obviously you're the host, so I don't know why we would see it, but we see nothing to indicate like if somebody was coming in until they're actually here.
Yeah, I think as the host, I have like a sidebar. So if the guys at GTR got access to it, I think it'd be a great test because they do. I think podcasts with less than 6 people, obviously. RPG
I was
shows,
just thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking the podcast this would be really, really helpful for because then I don't have to set up Zoom calls.
Yeah, it just would streamline the tech process for you.
And it's built in. You don't have to worry about Zoom or if someone drops off or like you have rolling guests. So like, let's say if you had Friday Night Pandemonium where maybe Mandy could come but only be there for an hour. And instead of having a really short stream, you go, okay, we're going to have 2 guests tonight. When Mandy leaves, you could slot someone else into that same link because the links are persistent. And let's say DC wanted to come back. So first hour is Mandy. Take a break, bring DC in, and then come back. And DC is literally where Mandy is, and nothing has to change.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
And then I can just straight up remove people from streams. So, yay, Pirate's back. So he was guest 1. So he should be back in a minute. And there he
Returning.
is. And I've sent him on
I'm
stream.
back.
That's the other thing. Let's
There we go.
say, and again, you can literally invite anyone. So if we wanted to, we can invite. Not that I would do this, and I don't recommend it because, well, but let's say for some reason you were doing a stream where you wanted to bring people on. Let's say you're doing a talk show, like how Zach Bussey does his talk show, and he wanted to bring in people from chat. But someone comes on and they're disruptive. You can remove them from the stream and
Yeah. Also, I realized that when you're in the back room, like Pirate was grayed out, I think, until you brought him, turned him live.
Yeah, so you can have people there. Like we could hear Pirate. I don't know if the chat would hear Pirate, but
That's
being
what
in
I
the
thought. My
back-
camera was just broken.
No,
I was like, oh shit.
I think that's showing that like you're popping into back. I think because there's no other indicator besides that you're just in grayscale now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that makes sense because I've had issues with like OBS and the web fighting for control of my cam link, and it does that. It makes the color go all wonky. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, great. The camera's now fighting for control again. So, oh no, that's by design. That makes a great deal of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it'd be perfect for like what you're doing, Panda, with Friday Night Pandemonium or Pirate. Let's say even if you didn't want to like try to show two both of us painting or have a group painting. Let's say the Steamforged Kickstarter we promoted comes in, and you want to have someone as a guest, but you want to show your painting, and we just talk about it. It could be the perfect kind of podcast. You're showing off what you're doing, and we're just chatting, but it's primarily your stream. So if you want to literally have a guest, but not like try to co-stream, go play a game, I think right now the best use is going to be podcasting and RPGs, especially if you have less than 6 total.
Well, thinking about that too, like, 'cause for me, like, the big benefit is it's just one fewer thing to manage. Because okay, now I don't have to, because with it all just okay. You've got the browser sources set up in OBS. It's the one-time setup, and it's just done. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about a separate Zoom call. You don't have to worry about Discord, whatever the hell else you're using. Like, it's just one fewer thing off the streamer's plate to manage, which is fabulous. And especially with like other streamers, kind of like you said, the fact that you can use the OBS virtual cam for it is, like you can then easily just switch as the guest. Your camera, like, here's the face cam, here's the thing I'm painting, like that. Seamless, like you can just control that yourself, and the streamer doesn't have to worry about it. Like that's pretty
stuff like that. And like Dimples just said, if somebody drops, you don't have to worry about it. It's not the big scramble to fix all of the cameras at once.
Oh yeah, all of the cameras get moved, and you're just like, oh no.
We had that happen this morning like 3 times.
Oh no.
What I'm especially liking is, I know you mentioned when we were like pre-stream, Tanya, like you had said that there was discussion that potentially in future they were going to give kind of the control to allow you to give the control to mods or editors as well. Because one of the things that I have been trying to puzzle around doing was like, for example, Panda and I both have the Imperium magazine subscription from Games Workshop. One of the things I've liked the idea of trying to figure out doing is how to do kind of online tabletop games, like one-on-one with somebody. I've seen a couple of other mini painters who do this, where it's like just tell the other person where they want to make the move and you can do that. And that type of thing, if an editor can take control of whose camera is showing when and not, like you could just having somebody who can be your editor, your producer, and just toggle the other person's camera on when it's relevant, and then turn it off when you're just kind of doing moves when you want the focus to be on the game board. I can see a lot of potential with that, whereas somebody else can do that via this overlay, whereas right now that's basically impossible without somebody physically being at your desk managing all the OBS stuff for you as well.
Yeah. And like I like it, and there are probably too many people have edited to my channel. But because they need it, and because you never know what you'll need, and sometimes you can't always stop what you're doing, or like you're in a boss fight, whatever, or just someone where if you switch games, or what have you? It's always good for some people to have editor.
Mhm.
Well, I just think of it from the perspective that there's been a few instances, like as a mod for you, where occasionally like there's so much going on and all of us as mods are just trying to handle all of the kind of behind the scenes stuff. It's like if there was opportunities where you could say, hey, this person's tasked with managing what appears on screen based on the conversation or whatever's happening, then it's like it's just one less thing for the streamer to worry about potentially if your focus is on like the people or the things that you're doing.
Yeah. Like I said, when I heard about guest star, my immediate thought was RPG streams. That's not accounting for it. You have a producer, you have a large cast, editors, or whoever can currently start a stream. Because I think Mandy have editor access. And there's so many things. There's only so many things, even with mod or editor. So being able to give someone you trust that access and another thing off your plate, because this still puts the onus of producing your content on the streamer, making sure people are present. What do you do if you have an unrelated guest, something like that. Serious, how are you?
Serious.
And,
Another thing that oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, I was just saying hi to Serious.
Another thing I can see this being, that specific thing being really good for, are shows like Paint and Slay. Because if they can both have a way to see their cameras and there's somebody else to control it, you can stop to say, hey, this is what this person's working on. Hey, this is how this looks, without having to have somebody hold up the mini. It'll just have a camera pointed and you can just see it.
For a second, I thought you were saying paint and sip, and I was like, is there a paint and sip I'm missing?
No,
I bet you there's bunches of them on Twitch somewhere, though.
Oh, I'm sure. So,
oh, we should do a community one of those.
So, I mean, so on the one hand, this is great, but until there's a few more features, I feel like its biggest use is, or if both of you have guest star, or combine guest star for your face cam, and then Zoom or OBS Ninja, then you get into multiple things, trying to access your camera and streaming, and making sure the signal doesn't degrade. I could just see my rig exploding if I tried to do some shit like that.
Yeah, I'll be very interested to see with us testing it out tomorrow when I'm actually streaming at the same time as doing this. I'm really interested to see how that's going to work out. Because that way, yeah, my camera will then be, and I think for me it should be fine because I don't have business class internet, but I'm on Verizon Fios, so I've got like ridiculous upload speeds. So I think for me it should be fine.
Yeah, my upload is dangerous. My download,
We'll see how it goes, because now I've said it, so it should be fine. I've cursed it to completely explode and melt my entire system.
Don't say that. Say that. Parts still aren't that easy to hit. Don't say that.
No.
But we could actually do stuff like Paint and Sip, where, like someone's the host and you're chatting and maybe you're talking cooking technique. Or Mandy, if you want to talk about crochet or knitting or your sewing, and someone else who's interested, where you're doing the project, but then you just have someone on as a guest. Because I think kind of that having a collaborator on screen, I don't want to say better use, but a more practical use until things like screen share and moderator and editor. Or like if you wanted to also have a doggo cam, but use this. Like, there's so many different ways this could be used.
This with doggo cam would be so great. Says
Cypher, you just completely blew my mind because I just thought about the perfect use for this. Panda U. I can have people in the back room and bring people in to show what everybody's working on. If people wanted to like show off, if people like wanted to show like what their work, they could all be in the backstage and I can be like, okay, we're going to show what this person's working on. It could be such a much more interactive as opposed to me just talking at everyone.
Yeah. I mean, once that's brought in, and after the stream, I'm going to give feedback and just ideas, because for those who don't know, I have a user-centric design. So the fact that these instructions were hard to use for me. Tonight was my first time using this because I've not had a chance to play with it. And the fact that, one, I just literally couldn't parse it because I was reading it. And I'm like, I'm not unintelligent. Why is this difficult? This is literally my degree field. I build computers. I cannot understand written directions. What is wrong with me? I also realize I'm probably just tired.
It has been a long day. You have been on a show.
I have been a terrible bear for charity.
You've been on like 3 charity shows this weekend, right?
Correct. Kelly has been on, I think she's on her 5th.
Yeah.
But it is the last one for tonight, but it's late. Almost everyone on the show is East Coast. So they're going to all be tired beats by the time this is done. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I just appreciated that everything was like bear themed because I'm like, I feel like I'm being attacked right now since I'm still struggling with the bears and Ghost of Tsushima. And then it's like, well, that's fine. There's going to be a one-shot today. One-shot is about bears.
So, should I not show you my bear?
I mean, they're great.
Yeah, that was from the CR promo box for Legend of Oxmar. And I know, and it has a trinket like bear paw that holds the 4 coasters. But I live alone and no one comes over, so my bear paw coasters are just like decorative right now. Because my office and my apartment is still like disaster central.
Yeah, there's a reason the lights are off behind me.
Well, I'm just glad no one can see my living room because the cardboard is piled up to be as tall as me. So that is my task. That and laundry is my task when I wake up. I'm beside the Saints Row stream.
All the boxes.
Yeah, well, you know, getting the boxes, traveling, getting COVID, traveling, not conducive to getting rid of boxes.
No, not at all. Especially not when stuff gets delivered and you get promo stuff in the middle of it. And it's like, you come home and it's like, why are there so many boxes now? Why are there more? They're multiplying.
We're trying our guest star. We're going to end in a little bit because I have a meeting with tech. But also, we want to go and support the last stream of tonight for the MS Society. If someone who can post a link can grab the link both to the stream and to the donate. Because I don't know where they are donation-wise. They had gone over $8,000.
They're over $10,000, $165.
Nice. Oh my god, that's so awesome.
I don't know why I'm posting the link. I could have just shouted it out. What am I doing? I'm a mod. But I feel less bad because Pyre did it too, and this.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, we all did it.
Someone give Technique a shout out. Tomorrow, are you still off, or are you doing stream number? Also, that shiny ambassador check mark the tech.
Woo!
Oh, high tech.
I know it was 400 when we started on Friday. It was like a little over 400. We're almost at 4,000 by the time.
I am very pleased to note that their total is now $10,165.69. Nice.
Yeah, Tech, have you tried guest star at all? Because we were just saying before you popped in that the documentation makes no sense and it bothers me. I view X degree. I like it. It seems like it's going to be a good thing. I just hope that we get what I'd love to see for guest star, and then we're going to go. And also, what you would like to see for what I see is the ability to have more people, maybe 8 max, because after that you're probably putting a strain on. Mods and editors be able to launch a guest star session and manage it, and then either joining from more than one account, because right now it's tied to your Twitch account. So even though I have a test account, I could invite that test account, and that could be my other camera, and I could show my painting setup. That's how that could work. Brains, smart. But we don't want everyone to have to make a second account to join more than one camera. But you can do that with Open Ninja right now. So
yeah, I definitely think that's one that would be interesting, where I'm like a simpler way to say, hey, I have a second video input, either have it be a picture-in-picture or have the option to launch it as an entirely separate source within the guest star would be nice.
Well, picture-in-picture, I know, is something that you can do in virtual cam for OBS. You can set that up to
But
be
like
a picture-in-picture.
how Pirate has it. The
I'm
thing
doing it right now. Yeah.
Thing is, I mean, so like how we did the Steamforge thing, where we were in OBS Ninja and we each had to pick a different camera because it was literally a different camera. So my face cam and then the camera on my painting setup. So to be able to pick 2 cameras while signed in for 1 session. Because right now you can only join once under your user. You can't bring in a second camera with the same user.
Right.
So I would have to join as my test account to have a second presence, but then you're cutting actual people out. I know screen share is on the roadmap, but no idea when that's coming. Ranger Serena. You just leave Susie Cam up.
Yeah, I would just be like, here we go. Since she's actually keeping me company right now.
I was when you had Susie on cam earlier, I noted that she has a Tony Chopper plushie, and that made me so happy deep in my soul.
Yeah, it wasn't originally supposed to be her plushie, but it became her plushie.
I know how that goes. Hakeros, yeah.
Yeah, so
Shark?
Oh yeah, Shark is on top of my desk.
This is pet life of like, you just have to keep like the ones that you were like, this will never be yours. You have to ensure are far enough away.
Yeah. I will say as future improvements, like one thing I would like to see with Guest Star is kind of similar to one of the other upcoming improvements they've got, which is the built-in shout out, which I'm so excited to actually be a thing. Because holy shit, that's an amazing design change. I want to see them do something similar with that, because since you have to invite through the dashboard, Twitch will have the context of who is on your guest star. So you probably couldn't necessarily do it in the overlay, but somewhere, be it via chat dropdown or whatever, a quick way to follow the people who are on guest star if the streamer wants to make that an option. That would be super beneficial, because with the lower third tier, it would be impossible for those to be clickable because it's just run through OBS as a browser source. But somewhere where that lower third could be clickable would be fantastic.
Oh, like maybe like an overlay type thing, like they did with Cult of the Lamb or something like that. Like somebody can toggle it on and off and can just like go in and click, maybe.
Maybe, but I'm trying to think of how would that info feed to an extension, because there's no your link is persistent, but you never know who will be in that link. So just very quickly, when people join, so I have on the back end, I can say anywhere from 1 to 5 guests. And then like when Pirate joined, he was first. So he's guest slot 1. That link will always be the same. But then if someone else joins, or like Pirate dropped and someone else joined, then I would say, oh, Technique is joining us because Pirate had to go. Technique would go in slot 1, and he would just appear in that place. He wouldn't get his own link.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so what I was thinking was kind of like, sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, I don't know. It has to know who we are, because 1, we're here, and 2, it has our lower third, our name tags.
Right.
So like,
Twitch dashboard does.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering if there's a way that they can tie it to like that announcement, like chat thing, or what have you, where it's like, whether it's something that you can auto set, like when somebody joins, they get a shout out with like follow info in chat, or alternatively, if it is a like interface thing where it's something that you would be able to click on, like you click our name on the overlay, like where our tag appears and it pops into chat.
Yeah, so make that lower third clickable, basically.
Yeah, and it just populates into chat as like an announcement.
Yeah, like I don't think having the overlay be clickable is feasible, because it would have no way of knowing how your physical setup is done via OBS, because the lower third could be anywhere. It doesn't know where that browser source is situated. But what I was thinking was how at the very top of chat, you already have the links for these are your top donators. These are the people who gave the top bits. You could just throw it up there. Just here are the names of the people who are currently in. Just because that's why I'm so excited about the follower thing, is because you know this extremely well, Tanya. Like from the UI perspective, the moment you ask somebody to leave a page to do a thing, engagement drops off by like 99%. So having that right there on the same page to click,
like auto follow or something
for the ability. Okay, I can follow this person from without having to leave the stream. That's so some way to tie in. And here's how, like, similar to the shout out. Like they're already doing it for that. It seems like a logical extension for me to tie these two things together.
Yeah, it's probably whatever the API is for auto shout out is probably.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, and I'll also qualify because I think I said overlay, but what I really meant was like the dashboard view that Cypher has. Would be like the interface where like if it didn't automatically pop up or automatically do like a shout out, that you would have the ability to like click on something that would populate it in once you have that guest.
Yeah, definitely.
So this person who has no technical background, take that all with a grain of salt.
Well, what we found out too is that, so when I was trying to figure out where my overlay link was, my source link, because it goes guest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so then it stands to reason that OBS Virtual Cam is pulling directly from my machine. It's not pulling this overlay, but I've seen people's streams where they have a lower third, so I need to go back and figure out what the problem is. And I lost my train of thought just that quick. The train came into the station too quickly. Never mind, I'll come back to it at some point. I'll remember and tweet about it like 5 in the morning when I get sleep. But I think that's it. We've been on for a little over an hour, but I've got a meeting in about a half hour. We do want to go support our friends who are doing for them a very late night game for charity, and we want to see if MS Society hits $11,000. So, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
We don't have to go anywhere.
Thank you for having us.
Stream, because this stays live. Well, this doesn't stay live, but the stream will end. But we're gonna raid over into MS Society and see what shenanigans a lot of our friends are up to, because a lot of our friends are on that stream, and audio is still going out, by the way. Oh.
So we've kind of like, oh wait, is this the hot mics moment?
It's the hot mics moment.
Every time.
I can't imagine any stream that has like Kelly and Brian and Eugenio on being chaos. They're all such innocent beings who never get up to anything chaotic, especially not together.
At all.
Never.
Right, and Frank, if you're still here, I will ping you on Discord in a half hour or sooner. But let's go support our friends, close them out on a great note. Thank you again for joining me. And tomorrow, Pyro and I will figure something out. We'll do something.
Yep, we'll do a thing, whatever that thing is.
Be over at MS Society, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. What time is